Hey everybody, so I have good news and bad news. I made a mistake and I left my music playing while I was recording my last demo, and I've lost a lot of footage. So let me give you a tour of what we've done. And really what we've done, it's a lot of repeatable, boring work. So you're not missing anything too exciting, a lot of copy paste, a lot of find replace. So, but what we're doing now is adding our URL slash devices and then a bunch of other sub URLs, some of which are just copy pasted, lifted from other working code, such as year month, day, alias, an operating system. We're going to add one. In this case, I'd like the users to have a URL almost for every field in the table, because I believe it's valuable to the users. It's one device right now. You have to use your imagination if this was a variety of devices in the hundreds or tens or thousands or dozens. Just, you got to use your imagination. I'll get there to populate it with multiple device types. There's sandboxes that I'm going to spin up eventually that have multiple devices, multiple flavors of devices, where this is going to look a little bit more, realistic. Right now it's one device, big deal. But I'm asking you to just use your imagination here. So let's look at the code first. Again, I apologize that you're not going to get to see me write it. But what we're dealing with to anchor you, in case you've skipped right to this video, is devices. All right, and I have a table with one device, my Nexus sandbox, and this data, used to be, or what I'm trying to do is decouple it from this file called testbed. So this is what connects to the devices and has the password and all that stuff. But what I'd really like to do is decouple it from this YAML file. So far it's in the database. We have a lot of good working views. Let's add some nice HTML views that the user can do, say, /hostname, /alias, /type, /os, username. Let's not do the password. Protocol, sure, why not? It's just another view. IP address, definitely. Port, sure, why not? And let's not do the connection timeout. We will include the timestamp in every record we return as well. So it's kind of neat. You get a sense of when the device you found in your table has actually been added to Merlin. Give you a sense of when your network topology changed, right? All right, so let's try it. Actually, no. Let's look at the code. Excuse me. I told you I'd show you the code. So, again, where do we always start? We start with the model. And here's our model. And then we go to our URLs. And what I've done is add these devices, root, and then all of these sub URLs. So give me all devices by year, month, day, host name, alias, operating system, device type, username. Now these are all variables. When they type in a username, go get me the devices from the view that match what they type in the URL. That's what these strings or integers mean. Now I put them all at different levels so they don't collide with each other. The variables have to have a unique reference, right? So now the users can just type in these URLs. Now there's different approaches. I could do question mark equals and search all of them. I kind of like these cookie crumbs, and it's just a little bit of copy and paste. But I'm not suggesting this is the right way or the best way or, say, a dry way of doing things. It's just my way so far. So now let's take a look at those are the URLs and our models. So models to URLs. Well, these all reference views. So views will be next, and I've put them right at the top here. And don't be too, so this is the most basic. Go get me all of them. So to define a function, we have to import our model into this views. And then device list equals devices, the model, dot objects dot all. That's it. Go get all of them. Set up your own little JSON called context, because this render will take the request, the HTML template that we want to render, and a context. This context is the magic that links this device list, which is here, by the way, stuffed in this variable, and we pass it along to the template for all results. Let's do that. Now, before we do that, everything else, I'm just adding in more and more little variables as along with the request itself. So how to get the year, or the year and the month, right? And then I return those into my context, and I'm adding filters. So it's not all, it's the filter. And then I just set up a variety of filters. I always return what the filter catches, device type or operating system, and my list of devices into context. Now over in the templating world, we simply reference what we're passing back. So let's look at all, the first one. Well, I just say for device in device list, that context that I've passed to the template, and then I just key into the dotted value, right? If I want to do my more granular, let's say by operating system, right? Well, this is already pre-filtered for me. It's part of my filter. I don't need to filter here in Django templating language, which is a big, big plus. Device list already contains a pre-filtered list that we then just iterate over, right? Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. Now let's go take a look at how this is working. So again, I'm going to go to devices all. Now again, you're going to see this same table on every single result page. But this could be every result in the database. All right, so now let's do device type. Right, so instead of that, let's say I only want the Nexus 9000s. There we go. I only want devices with an admin username. Okay, that works as well. Right, I only want devices, I want this specific device by this IP address. There we go. And you get the idea, and on we go. And there's the timestamp. This was added on September 17th. So let's try our year, month, day function, right? So show me every device that we added in 2021 so far. Okay, great. But what about, did we add them in September? Yes, we did. Well, what day? Was there any added on the 16th? No, there was not. What about the 17th? Yes, there is. Or let's say a power user, right? We could go to devices all and really accomplish the same things here in the timestamp or by filtering here. But I want to make it flexible for the users. I don't want to pin them into having to go to all and filter this way if a power user wants to put in, a URL directly. So that is the totality of the views I wanted to bring devices up to parity with all of my learn and parse functions. I have some decisions to make as to what I want to do next. I believe really what's important is making sure that this whole idea is going to work. So I'm going to have to dig into some Python on my own for a little bit. And if I figure it out, then I will certainly bring another video along to show you the PyETS connection. That's what I'm going to be working on this morning. So until then, there's a lot of videos out there on my Django playlist. If you're interested in this work, if you're interested in bringing your network automation, your infrastructure as code, to a web framework and bring it to infrastructure as software, I am in particular trying to kill the last remaining YAML for my project. And then I really will feel like I could say this is software. It's not just YAML files, right? It's not just YAML. It's a database, which we're querying and viewing and modeling. All right. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you soon.